Hey did everyone, it's Juan Romero here from Switchwash. I'm back after a little break away from the channel. Got a review for you guys today. A game called Valley, which I saw on the Nintendo eShop and thought looked interesting. It was £10.91 as well, reduced from about £15.99. I thought I'm going to give this one a shot. I liked it. I thought make a review, let you guys know what my thoughts are. Feeling fresh after my break, trim with the haircut, growing the beard back. Let's get into this one then and find out whether it's worth your time and investment. Life Seed has an earth-shattering power, and leading archaeologists who want to find it often will travel to remote locations. Our protagonist, of course, wants to find this life seed, even though a message is left from a friend or colleague at the beginning to say you're probably best off doing something else. But of course you're not going to listen, and you go off on your expedition to explore, making sure you put those canoeing lessons to good use. Only it seems they may not be as useful as you first thought. You see, you awake after banging your head somewhere remote but beautiful with your canoe tipped over. When you find your leaf suit, a recording is kept within, and snippets of this story will be told throughout your adventure. Now this kept me nicely invested, and I wanted to find out more about this mystery and where I was and what it was, this leaf suit. It's told well, as each part of the story is actually voice acted, and voice acted well. There are also notes to find within crates around the areas that you explore, which will add more depth to this story. In terms of gameplay then, with the wealth of walking simulators on the Nintendo Switch and elsewhere, it would probably be a bit of a disservice to call this one, as it's much more than that. Quite simply, this is more of a running and jumping simulator instead, with a little bit of action thrown in for good measure, as you do have to take out a few enemies from time to time. Now this is based in a first person perspective, and first off I found that movement was rather smooth on the Switch, which was my first worry when I looked at how nice the screenshots looked. This game for me was a real surprise, because once you find that leaf suit you're able to run down hills and valleys at great speeds, jumping off ledges allowing you to almost fly, and add that double jump power that you find later on, and you'll be hanging in the air like Michael Jordan in his prime when dunking that basketball. It feels absolutely awesome. The controls are tight and I was enjoying myself a great deal. There's acorns to find and medallions which will open secret doors. Now this place is all about giving life as well as being able to take it, and quantum immortality means that should you die, well, you'll be alive again. You'll be brought back to life. Keep on dying though, however, and the area will become devoid of life, and you'll no longer be able to sustain your own. And once it gets to that point, you will perish and you'll have to start the level all over again. All you have to do to avoid this though is return life by sapping a tree with an energy orb and watch it turn from a dead looking tree into a beautiful, full of life tree full of green leaves. If you require energy, which is used for all of your powers like jumping from platform to platform using double jumps or the Viper coil, then you can kill an animal like a deer or rabbit or even a tree. However, once I found some energy orbs that are sort of floating around in the environments, I would always restore the life I took to restore balance, as I'm good like that. There are some great running sections and some fantastic platform sections also, where you'll have to put all of the acquired powers you have amassed to good use, and the controls do feel nice and tight on the Nintendo Switch. It's not all perfect though, and there are some frustrations throughout the game, but they were easy to live with here. For example, while exploring the game, the vistas are gorgeous, but I often found the places a little devoid of life, which is a shame because the game is all about life, and I feel the devs could have made a little bit more of this, but again, it's difficult to be too critical considering the price of the game and how good the port is. The parts where you'll have to fight enemies are sort of devoid of any meaningful action, and for me it's just kind of there to break up the gameplay, and to be honest, it felt like it was more of an afterthought. It didn't add much value and wasn't much fun. No real challenge in these parts either. It was a lot more fun just running around and jumping from ledge to ledge and getting to the bottom of the story, and that part of the game is the part that I enjoyed the most. The suit has various upgrades that you'll discover, each giving you a slight variation in the gameplay and changing how you'll traverse those environments. And to move the game along handily, the game gives you some objectives which show up in the top right hand side of the screen, and to complete these you just need to follow the red marker. In terms of audio, music can be a powerful thing in gaming. I've always said that if your game has the right blend of music, it can really elevate the experience. And as soon as the title screen loaded here, that piano melody came in, I knew this was above your standard fare.
Looks like I missed you. I just wanted to wish you luck before you headed out.
Worshipped the giant tree here almost as a deity. Great lengths were taken to construct obelisks around this tree, which the ancients...
This was a little bit more special and I was instantly engrossed. When the first part of the game starts and you hear some good voice acting, I was straight into it, straight away, and you take that first walk and hear that waterfall sounding powerful, and I felt like I was in a wonderful place. When you do find that suit and you're running through the environment and you hear the stomps and air push out of your suit when you land a jump, it sounds so good and just so right. The development team have nailed both the music chosen for each environment and the sound effects here to give you a really nice immersive experience. Likewise, the visuals are stunning here. Some of the vistas are wonderful and remind me a lot of the recent game Firewatch. If you want to check out a review of that, then hit the link above. The lighting used here is really good, from when you see those little creatures walking around to when you see the sun shining across the waters and valleys. Not so great was the latter part of the game though, when you were going through buildings. The textures were not so detailed, but again, this is something you can live with. I was more interested though in the performance, and I'm delighted to say that for the most part, in both handheld and docked, this ran fantastically well. There were a couple of stutters, but nothing major, which is great when running some of the speeds that you get to run in this particular game. Now value, again, this surprised me when the game dropped on the eShop. I must say I didn't know much about it and I went in completely cold. I heard a couple of years ago that it had received a few poor reviews, but no more than that. This game on the Switch is great for the money. At this money you get a 4-hour campaign and something a little different here. While I can't see that there is a huge amount of replayability, those wanting to find all the acorns and medallions will revisit areas for sure. There are also lots of pieces of story to find if you want to explore a little bit more. Right now you're looking at £10.91 or $13.99 for our friends in the US. Valley is a game on Switch that I enjoyed from the beginning to end, and once I loaded it up I didn't stop playing until I found out what the life seed was all about and the little mystery behind it. The adventure was a pleasure, especially when you were able to run, jump and have loads of fun doing it in such a fluid way with beautiful music and visuals in this package. It may not be perfect, but for the price I can certainly recommend it if you're looking for a decent game to complete in an evening or two. A case of quality over quantity. An underrated game in the past, but I'm here to put that right. An 8 out of 10. And if you enjoyed this review, hit that like button, and folks would really appreciate that. And if you're a new watcher here, then why not consider subscribing by hitting that subscribe button and that bell notification so we can let you know when our new videos go live. I'll put a selection of our reviews up above and you can see what type of videos we make. For all of you existing guys and girls, thank you so much for your support. Leave us a comment as well down below. Let us know what you thought of the review and whether you're looking to pick this game up. Really appreciate your time today, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Juan Romero from Switchwatch, and I'll see you again on the next one. Take care.